right, it is Thursday, September 25th. In the car today because, as you can see, it's a rainy day and it's going to be a rainy regatta. Steve and I are headed to Sunfish National Masters in Lake Norman, North Carolina. Should be exciting. We're looking forward to it. Hopefully we have a better result, but who knows? As always, hope. Just had our first interesting story in Old Men Sailing. Steve has been texting me and calling me since I left this morning. I shared my ETA, so I'm like, why didn't you get it? I shared it with Amy. So we made it. This place is gorgeous. The neighborhood driving in was just spectacular. Steve and I wondered, though, we don't think we could find a house big enough down here or new enough for us. Just small things.
All right, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Did everybody enjoy breakfast? Yeah! For those of you that didn't partake, you still have two opportunities, tomorrow and Sunday. And then we have the dinner tonight and the dinner tomorrow night. So, but let me introduce myself. If you don't know me, John Butine. I'm the organizer of the event. I am the Commodore of Lake Norman Yacht Club this year. And I am your chief measurer. So, with that, as the OA, I say thank you for registering. As Commodore, I say thank you for coming to our fine club. And as chief measurer, I say thank you for sailing fairly, okay, and legally. I want to thank all of our volunteers from the club that have helped put this together. I will say that the Lake Norman Yacht Club is a 100% member-driven club. We have no paid staff, so kindly take away your own trash. Try to do your best to keep the areas clean and thank you for that. One other housekeeping item that I want to mention is as you're driving around on the property, please be mindful of your speed. The posted speed limit's actually 10, but I will point out that there'll be a lot of cars probably parked over at the pavilion, so people coming in and out between cars, so just be mindful of that. And should you leave the property and you're driving on Yacht Road, especially at night, we have an extremely high deer population. So just be careful of your speed. Even though it's 35, I wouldn't even go that fast just because they come out of nowhere. So I'm not sure if anybody's run into one yet. Okay, all right, so you know. I also want to thank our ISCA class builder, Zim Sailing, and the dinghy shop, one of our long-standing dealers to the class, for providing door prizes. We'll be giving those out a combination of tonight and tomorrow night during the dinners. And with that,
I'm Ken Gorning. I'll be your PRO this weekend. I've got a good team working with me, so Our objective is to provide you the best racing we can with the conditions we get. And unfortunately right now it's easy decision making, okay? Right now it's real easy for me. No.
Okay, so once again, as you heard in the meeting, we are AP with just nothing. Yeah, hopefully it fills in so we have something to happen, but we shall see. So they brought us out on schedule, and right on schedule the wind died, so we're just milling around out here. Just memories of the last two. Not quite as bad as Devil's Lake, but certainly Saratoga level. All right, well, that's a wrap for now. We went out for 45 minutes, and now we're being called back to shore. Do a little tour of the grounds, and this place is surprisingly a lot like PYC. I think a little bigger grounds wise, but it's all volunteer, and we'll walk over there, but they have trailers for the members and a hoist and things like that, but very similar, and it's all sailboats, which is great to see. I'm guessing Jim Beard would like one of these, and Emma and John. That seems to be junior sailing, and it got the rib and everything's just ready to go. So you got the sand pile, and then we've got the racks and racks of boats and another picnic pavilion. Pretty spot. Got a row of trailers here. Looks familiar. Are the Flying Scots. Guessing it's the whole row all the way down, so quite a few. Well, now an interesting note. I'm kind of on the back edge of the property, and right through there is the Trump National Golf Club. Or one of his courses out here, and it's gorgeous, huge homes and everything around it, and so this is the backyard of the country club, so to speak. Have another view of the picnic pavilion that we passed going the other way. Really a neat place. A quick summary from day 2 so far. So it was raining this morning, there was no wind, and so we're lounging around at the Airbnb, and then making plans for the day, like go to the go-kart track and go to the ice cream place and all this stuff. And then Steve went to the gym, and then he texts, he's like, oh, we're going out. And so Doug and Deirdre and Jim all left, and then I get a client call that was, they were down, so I had to go take that and rush to get here, get out. Everyone was out, and then got finally to the line. There wasn't much wind, but they got to the line, and then we had a sort of start, and then there were a bunch of people over, so that was like a general recall, and then they AP'd, and we bobbed around for a half hour, and then we came in. So it was totally, nothing has happened yet. Still in first place. Proud of that, but we're just back in a holding pattern, nothing going on, and flutters of wind that come and go, but nothing to go out in yet. So it's lunchtime and we'll see what happens. All right, just finished up with an hour and a half about rules. That's the end of day 2. No racing, but good news is we're still tied for first place, so there's a chance. All right, race day 1, regatta day 3. Everybody's ready to go, obviously, but hopefully we'll get to do what we came here to do, and we'll see how it goes. Let's get a little prediction from today's champion.
Well, I think it's conditions are just perfect for my experience and weight. I got the perfect, I think, the setup, so I'm ready to go. Skippers need some more work, but looking good out there.
Where's your gooseneck?
What's your gooseneck? Oh, I set it back farther a little bit for the heavy winds. I moved it back to 14.
Okay, all right. What's your place position? 10th, 8th? Where are you going?
What are they? We moved. We had 60 some. Now we're in the 50s, I think.
Okay.
So my position is the top 40.
All right, awesome. All right, race 1 summary. Well, they were supposed to be behind me, so it was a good, clean start. Port approach. I was right at the line, on time, all those good things that we're supposed to do. I seemed to have a little trouble on port tack. I was just taking transoms every time I was on port tack. So, but going right didn't seem to be the solution to that versus going left. So I just got to be a little more aware of the shifts, I guess. Anyway, but good race for me, and of course Steve was kind of focused on all my things. So hopefully he had a good race too. Okay, race 2 summary. Steve and I were neck and neck the whole race. First leg I was doing all right, and then I got choked out at the mark. I don't know that I missed it. I just didn't have a lane to get there, and then got in bad air. But I fought back, and they were supposed behind me. So I don't know where. I think Steve was right there. I think he might have said it. Probably did. And he did the first race. Steve said he was 3 or 4 ahead. So hey, it holds out. This is improvement. That's a good end of the season thing. So. We'll keep it going. Let's not lose the concentration. Let's keep focused. Race 3 summary, about the same. Maybe a little slower. Well, I don't know that we're slow. Probably some decisions up the way, but no big mistakes. Down when I was fast, so. But now we have the black flag out, so just don't do it. It'll ruin all the work that's happened today. We'll just cross through after the... That's a wrap. I think it was 5 races, so we get a throw out. Last one was my best one yet. I don't know what the place was, but this is probably my best big regatta. It's amazing what wind can do for my sailing ability. Anyway, no, it was a great day. It actually filled in pretty nicely, and I'm glad I had the 2-to-1. I think Steve's right there with me, maybe ahead of me, I don't know. So it will be a good climate tuning day.
He ran to his car to get it.
This is the Bergy Exchange. Well, the regatta summary. I met all my goals for the season. Almost had a top 20. I was 21st in the last race. 30 something in the regatta. So more than 20 boats behind me. I was able to finish ahead of John in a regatta. So that was another one. So all in all, great for a one-day regatta. Glad I stayed. It's Monday morning, we're packing up, we're out of the Airbnb, we're picking up our trailers at the club. One thing I forgot to mention was the second day, when I was rushing around and was late to the lake. One of the nicest things happened, and it was that Steve had rigged my boat, and it was all ready for me as I drove in. So I was just floored by that. It was wonderful. Even though we didn't race, it was ready to go out and gave me a chance to race. So just fantastic. And that brings me to my debrief for this regatta, which is, regattas are more fun with Steve. Or more fun with a friend in general. So it's been a great time. Obviously, it had some good racing for me, so I'm excited about that. But really, it was a great time to share with a friend. All right, the final vlog of this trip. And I want to thank Steve for we'll say the Good Samaritan, but just being a great friend and rigging my boat on the day that I was late and gonna go to the go-kart track and all that. So really a treat. And I said the debrief I'm gonna make from this regatta is that it's more fun if you go with a friend, and I'm glad to have Steve
all right.
So now I got to take him on the other 6 that we go on through the summer. So
all right.
Anyway, great.
Don't forget, John got his top finish, 21st place in the last race.
Yeah, it was good racing.
He met all of his summer goals, he said.
Yeah.
So congrats to John, 33rd place out of 60 boats. He's moving up. I did better, so I'm moving up too. So
yeah,
great job.
Get him in the spring.